Hi everyone, welcome to Techies Hobbies. So today's video is going to be in English because I'm going to cover bodybuilding or Sheru Classic, which is wrapped up. And I thought that I don't know about my audience. So let's shoot this video in English and see their feedback. And accordingly, I'll decide whether I have to do this in Malayalam or English or whatever. Because I see that in Sheru Classic, there are athletes from everywhere and fans also from everywhere. So I think you can take this as a feedback video where, as a viewer, as from my perspective, I'm going to kind of you cannot say judge because I'm not a judge, but I want to, give my honest opinion as a viewer and a fan of bodybuilding since many years. I want to give my honest opinion on what the Indian athletes, especially the Indian athletes, what they brought to the stage, and what can they do, or what are the improvements, whatever I feel. I'm not going to or sugarcoat and talk only nice. So let's see. I'm going to play the video here and I will show you guys a video, and on the background I'll be talking about what I see, right? So let's get started. Right, so the first what I can see is the Classic Physique lineup, and here in this lineup what I can see is our IFBB Pro Sunmeet Gill is in the center, and I think the guy on the right is also Indian, and rest of them are all foreign athletes in Classic Physique. So one thing, this is not a first call out or anything. This is just I think the first round where they call the athletes. So here I can see that Sumit has brought it, is what I can see. And let's see. So the okay, so here in the back double biceps, okay, let the other guy also put, yeah, in the back double biceps, I can definitely see that Sumit has a very good back, and also he is shredded because looking at the glutes and hamstrings, everything, he's shredded, that is for sure. And his back is also quite good in comparison to the rest of the lineup. One thing he's lacking is the width, so he needs to put on some size, is what I understand. But he has a very narrow waist, so the V taper is also fine. But yeah, it can definitely be improved. And the main thing is legs. Legs are lacking if you compare them to the foreign athletes, but in this lineup, they seem fine. But this athlete on left of Sumit is much more bigger, but yeah, he's not that conditioned. And the guy on the right to Sumit is also, he's very conditioned, he looks conditioned, but he's lagging in size for sure. He has a slim waist and all, but look at his legs, and yeah, glutes are also missing. Yeah, so overall size wise I can see it lagging. And the guy on the extreme right, I don't see the symmetry in his physique. His right and left side are not matching, and also he lacks condition in the lower body. And the guy on the extreme left, he is okay in the lineup, but again, lack of size, and back is weak, I would say, but he is coming in a decent condition. This is what I can see from the video, right? Yeah, I was not there physically present, so yeah, this is what I can see from the video. So okay, now it's the abs and thigh shot. Here what I can see is again Sumit has pretty good midsection, but abs definition is not the best. And the guy on the left of Sumit, he has a vacuum, but his waist is wide. I mean, basically, out of them, I would say Sumit is okay, but overall, it is not a good pose for anyone. Yeah, but Sumit, if he hits vacuum here, if I think Sumit, if he had holded onto that vacuum pose, it would have been a little better for him, is what I believe, because he is not having, he has abs, but not that well defined. Like the guy on the right, he has a good ab definition, but not like that much of a small waist. So Sumit should hold his vacuum for a longer period, at least in this pose. He can have both poses, but yeah, vacuum should be there for longer is what I understand. Yeah, so here see, he's holding vacuum in the favorite classic pose. This is a good shot for him overall. And yeah, the guy, I also like the triceps pose from the guy on the extreme left in this. It looks good on him, and yeah, pretty nice, I would say. For I think Sunmeet wins this lineup at least. So let's see what happens in the next. Okay. The next lineup, first person is a huge guy, and I cannot see their number plates properly. I mean, I cannot see their numbers properly. But Chaitanya is one guy that I recognize here in this lineup. And looking at Chaitanya, and this guy, number 21, he just won the pro card, is what I understand. So in this lineup, the first is the front relaxed pose. Let's hold it there. So I can see that the guy on the far right is huge, and he's holding a vacuum in the relaxed pose. Yeah, but I don't know if he's that classic, but he looks okay. Chaitanya's physique is really classic looking, but I think he's lacking, unfortunately, he's lacking condition here. He looks washed out, to be bland about it. And yeah, let's see. The guy in the center is having a small waist, and he's holding vacuum, but yeah, even I don't think he's that great looking at his muscularity from a muscularity perspective. And the guy on the left of the center guy is again yeah, like lacking on the muscular department, because I feel that classic physique requires more muscle than men's physique, and this guy doesn't look like as good as the competition. Like, he's a pro, right? So from that perspective, his legs are lagging, and overall muscularity, and also the structure wise also I don't see that symmetry. Some thing is lacking there. And the new pro card winner, I would say, he is conditioned. He looks conditioned in this front relax post. And but the problem with him is, again, he needs to put on some muscle, especially in the legs. So, and he is not having the best structure as well. So yeah, let's see. Now let's see the other poses. Okay, so in the side pose, again, I think I prefer the guy, the giant on the right, because of his he is conditioned. In comparison, he is conditioned, and he has good lower body and good upper body as well. So overall, he looks good in this pose. And also the guy in the center surprisingly looks good in this pose, because his midsection is good. So yeah, but he's a shorter guy, and he's lacking that muscularity, especially his arms and all are tiny. So from that perspective, no. But I'm pretty disappointed with Chaitanya's showing here, because he is one of the athletes from India who has pretty good muscles in terms of size, but he has not peaked clearly for this show. So his lower body condition and all is lacking. Glutes are not showing. So yeah, so it's disappointing for him. And now the other two guys are also more conditioned than Chaitanya, and the guy who won the pro card is okay, but the not a very good way of holding this pose for him. And yeah, so he is conditioned is one thing, but he's not holding it well. Okay, now, so now from the back, you can clearly see what I'm talking about for Chaitanya. You can see that his glutes are similar to, Andrew Jack showing, where he did not come in, that condition, right? So when you don't come in condition, your glutes are somewhat like how Chaitanya's is. So, and his back is also lacking details, although he has size, he has potential. If he brings in that condition, I think he can win. But here, I don't see it at least. And yeah, the guy in the center is having a very shallow back. It's the taper is there, but there is no separation or detail in his back. Similarly, the guy like so the let's talk about the giant here. So he's maybe winning this pose. If you look at how it's being held, and the guy in the like left of center guy, he's not even holding his back shot properly. I don't know if he okay, now he's holding it, but yeah, he's definitely conditioned, but lack of muscles is. And also the guy who won the pro card, he is lacking in terms of condition from the back, although he looked conditioned from the front. You can see that his glutes especially are not at all conditioned, and is clearly lacking detail in the lower body. Also upper body is not that great. So yeah, he's been, I would say he won this pro card because of a weaker lineup, I would say. Because if he had brought this package to the pro qualifier, then yeah, like in any other show abroad, he wouldn't have won. All right, so let's move on. Here is the other relax. So my feedback is pretty much the same here. And so let's hold this pose here. See, here you can clearly see what is classic physique about, the structure, right? Chaitanya's structure is pretty good because of his lower and upper body balance. I would say lower is really well. Maybe he can bring up upper body little more to balance with the legs. But the detail and the separation and the conditioning is what he's lacking right now. And the guy, so I feel that in this lineup, the guy on the right, who is number 6, I think, not that clear, the giant, the tallest guy on the far right, is maybe winning this lineup, is what I feel. Anyway, so moving on, in the front double biceps, I can see that again. I would Chaitanya is very good, but he needs to bring up his conditioning more. In this pose, he looks okay, but again, he's losing on conditioning to the guy on the far right, and the remaining guys' physique, I wouldn't call them classic physiques. Like it is, I mean, the guy in the center is not that muscular, and doesn't have balance in biceps as well. The guy in the center's biceps are not proportional, and yeah, overall he's lacking that detail, density in muscles. Overall, I'm not very much fond of the other three physiques, especially the guy in the far right is having, he's conditioned from the front, not from the back. But look at him, like I feel that he's not, even if he improves, he has a long way to go to bring in, he's not blessed with that structure, right? So it will be difficult for him to get placed or get qualified in Olympia. Like just winning a pro card is one thing, but you have to win a pro show to qualify for the Olympia. So otherwise you're just going to compete as a pro with a pro tag. So that is not what we want as audience. We want Indian guys to win. Okay, overall, yeah, this is pretty much it. They are going through the poses again, and I feel yeah, it's not worth. So now let's see what the first call out is. Sunmeet has made it to the first call out, and remaining all are foreign athletes, what I can see. Okay, Chaitanya surprisingly has made it to the first call out. I didn't see him there because of his conditioning. Okay, so it's a 5-man call out according to the screen. I don't know if there are 6. Okay, now let's see the poses. So this guy number 4 on the right side of the center. I don't see him as a classic physique competitor, you know. Looking at his midsection and everything, doesn't look classic. So from this perspective itself, you can see the standard. Okay, the side relaxed pose, oh sorry, quarter turn pose it's called. Here, what I can see is the taller guy looks pretty good, decent, but his midsection is not that detailed. Otherwise, yeah, he looks good overall, but yeah, little more condition and little more detail in the midsection, and that would have been favored him. And Sumit is definitely has come in conditioned. I think this guy has a future in classic physique, according to me. Wherein if he brings in, if he adds in more size, then he definitely has a chance to get qualified and get placed in the Olympia. And the guy in the center right now, I would say his lower body is lacking detail, and but upper body is decent. Yeah, so right now he's in the center, and yeah, the guy to the right of him is not having a good structure, but in the side pose he looks conditioned. So and his glutes are in. So yeah, overall he's good. And Chaitanya is kind of in the side where we cannot see him properly, but I don't think it matters because I feel he is going to be the last in this call out, right? Uh, so here the back pose. The back pose, I think Sumit is not that great from the back, at least in this pose, back relaxed, wherein he has decent back but needs more density, is what I understand. And yeah, like overall detail is there, but more bit more on the legs and more density, and he's golden. So, and the guy, I think in this lineup, I feel Sumit should place first or second, and then and the guy on the far left, that is the giant. These two guys seem to be good, but talking about the giant, his back is currently lacking detail, so he's not that conditioned. If you're looking at the upper body in the back, so Sumit gets an edge according to me. And okay, this is the other side, again the same story. Sumit is my favorite in this first call out. Okay, now we can see Chaitanya and these guys. This the number one is having good V taper, but detail he's lacking. Okay, this is what I would also do, because number six and Sumit is what I feel are good contenders here in this lineup. They are the most conditioned and have details. And the guy, or the taller guy, definitely a taller physique is favored in classic. Yeah, number four deserves to be in the end because of his midsection. Okay, so here is a front double biceps pose, and it's kind of from a distance, but you can see the whole lineup. There are six people in the lineup. Before, I don't know what the cameraman is doing, he was only showing five. uh, yeah, so on the starting from the far right, Chaitanya, he has a good classic physique where you can see the difference in legs of Chaitanya and Sumit. Here, for comparison, Chaitanya is much more balanced than Sumit Gill. I'm sorry, I don't know the names of the athlete that well, but you can see that Chaitanya is much more balanced, but he has not brought his condition. Unfortunately, if he had brought in his condition, he would be standing in dead center, is what I feel, because he's the most balanced athlete in this lineup, but he is not, cracked that condition. And the next guy is small. I mean, he's not that muscular overall, and the taller guy has a good physique. I mean, at least for this lineup, his legs are decent, and overall is muscular, and he's holding a good vacuum here. And Sumit is also having good vacuum and the best V taper, but he's lagging in the legs department here, right? Otherwise, he's kind of come in conditioned. So good thing for him that his showing is good, but yeah, what's he needs to improve is his legs. Okay, and side chest here. So side chest pose, I would say Sumit has good detail in the lower, but see the hamstring drop is not that great because of his lack of size, and chest is decent, but I think he can improve, definitely improve on this side chest pose because he has good midsection and tiny waist, but in this pose he's hiding it, right? The way he's holding his hands, he's somehow hiding his midsection, the because if you are like Nick Walker, or if you're huge in the midsection, like for example the guy on the far left, he has a big midsection, right? But he's making use of his hands to cover that midsection, but Sumit does not need to do that. He needs to showcase his core better, I would say, in this pose. So maybe turn a little bit to this side, and so that that V taper is shown better is what I. So his here Chaitanya looks really bad, to be very frank, because of his lack of conditioning, and I don't know, he's not even holding his pose correctly. His the back shoulders should be a little bit higher, I like the other athletes, so that or the front should be a little bit down so that he can kind of showcase his physique, but he is not held it properly. He needs to work on his posing here. Side chest, right? And now talking about the back double biceps. Okay, Chaitanya again is very good muscular wise, but he's lacking conditioning because his lower body, glutes and hamstrings, everything shows that he doesn't have any conditioning, right? And here I would say for me the person who's winning is Sumit in terms of overall balance, and the lower body glutes are in, and he's showing that condition. His back details are good in this pose, but in the back relaxed I felt he had a little bit needed more muscle, but here showcasing it well. Yeah, but still improvement is needed. And the guy who's the tallest in this is also in the center, is kind of, yeah, dwarfing everyone, but he needs more density in the back, more detail, and yeah, lower back, his lat insertions are such that it is kind of, there is a space in the lower back, so he needs to work on that. And yeah, overall okay, but I would give this to Sumit again. So I feel overall, if I look at the lineup, Sumit deserves to win, but I don't know if this tall guy will take it away from him. I don't know what the judges see, but overall, Sumit has a very, see in this abs and thighs. So here you can see that Sumit's waist is very small, right? And he has that V taper, and he, I would say, if judges give it to the other guy, it will be only because of Sumit's legs, wherein his legs are small, right? And Chaitanya again, man, you need to know how to do a pose, right? So he's not holding the pose well here. So yeah, this is my feedback, what I see as an audience. So please take it, with you can take it or leave it, but I'm just giving my feedback. So, but I don't think this abs and thigh pose should be held like this. So yeah, this is one thing. Okay, now the more favorite classic pros, Chaitanya is doing the lat spread, showcasing his width. I would say this is a very good pose for him. Here you can see some chest detail and everything. So he is lacking condition, and still he is able to showcase this detail. That means he has that much of muscle mass. So yeah, this is a lost opportunity for him. I think he needs to compete in an upcoming show that is maybe 3 or 4 weeks after this, so that he can bring in that condition, diet down, get more shredded, and compete and get qualified. Right. So this is my feedback for him, and yeah. So overall, I would say Sumit or the guy, tall guy. It could be any one of these guys who are going to take it. So okay. So this is the next call out. I'm not going to go into detail into this call out. So you can clearly see, like I said, these two guys, Chaitanya and the guy with the broad waist, they have gone into the second call out. So also the guy who just won the pro card. So it's clearly that they have not there in the top placings. All right, now I think I will skip to the award ceremony. Okay, so now the fifth place has gone to the guy with number 4 with the broad waist. So Chaitanya must be sixth. I don't know, like maybe sixth or fourth. Let's see. Yeah, so fourth is this guy. So Chaitanya must be sixth, right? So again, these guys are lucky that they're placing high here. Standard in classic physique is not that great in India yet. We need more athletes who can bring in a better competitive package here. So he's placed fourth, and let's see who's the third. Again, this foreign athlete, I think. So the competition here, what I see is between Sunmeet Gill and that tall guy. So these are the people who are in the race for the competition. So let's see. Yeah, so like I said, I felt, yes, I hope that Sumit wins this because he has a pretty good physique, but I don't know, the tall guy's height and his overall structure is pretty overwhelming. But yeah, Sumit, other than his lower body, he was beating the other guy everywhere. So yeah, let's see. So hopefully we win this. Yeah, Sumit has won and he has qualified. So yeah, this is I would say this is a pretty fair decision wherein he had brought it. So he deserved this win. But if he is going to the Olympia, then definitely what I have feedback for him is take a good off season wherein you improve your legs and overall add some muscle, quality muscle, and then compete in the Olympia, right? So yeah, a good showing from him. Yeah, I was disappointed in Chaitanya because I wanted him to bring in a good package so that India can be competitive because he has that good balance between lower and upper body. But yeah, nevertheless, the deserving guy won. So yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, so I hope you guys like my feedback or whatever I felt after watching the classic physique in Sheru Classic. If you do, I'm also going to share a men's physique video. Please comment down your feedback, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.